Today on Family Matters.
I'm at a loss as what to do to help my son. After the death of Sharon, Broady's behaviour deteriorated. I think Broady was in denial, really, about his death.
He's using the anger and the breaking things as the outlet for how he's feeling, which is one of the steps of grieving. Were you in that place again of arguing that?
No, it was nothing. It was totally different. That's why it's so heartbreaking, because it was the best it had been.
You know why we're doing this?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not doing this.
Okay.
I have ME and fibromyalgia. I'm tired a lot of the time. I'm in a lot of pain. My daughter Eliza is out of control. She's the boss of the house.
Eliza, I need to get your head.
No, I just feel like I'm always giving out advice, like, you should be doing this, you should be doing that. It does go on deaf ears. I always say to you, just take Sophie to the shop with you.
You have a medical condition. It's about recognising how you work alongside it and make the most of every day so that you have quality of life. Welcome to the show. My first guest, Sharon, contacted me because she doesn't know how to rebuild her fractured family. 18 months ago, Sharon's partner, Sean, the father of her son, Broady, tragically died. And 6 months later, she started dating Sean's best friend, Dean. She says that Broady's behaviour has spiralled out of control and the family is at breaking point. Take a look at this.
I'm Sharon, mum of two to Broady and Kieran, ex-partner to Sean, and my new partner now is Dean. I phoned the show because I feel we kind of hit a brick wall. I'm at a loss as what to do to help my son. Me and Sean met when we was 17, 18. We had Broady after about 9 months of being together. Everything was going great, and we were going to, be together as a family. But then Sharon passed away suddenly, and it distraught the family wall. After the death of Sharon, Broady's behaviour deteriorated. When Sharon first passed away, I think Broady was in denial, really, about his death. He didn't believe that he'd passed away. Broady was really angry at his dad for how he left. We all thought that he'd taken his death really well. And then it's, obviously dawned on Broady, it hit Broady that one day just asked him, my dad has passed away. And then that's when his behaviour changed. Right, come on, now.
Just wait.
No, I'm not waiting.
He's not going anywhere.
No. I knew Dean through Sean. Broady was obviously shocked when he found out we were together. I think Dean, especially when it comes up to anniversaries, I'm very distant from Dean, which he finds it hard because I'm in a relationship with him, but yeah, I'm kind of mourning somebody else.
Welcome. Hiya. Difficult to watch, I can imagine, right?
Yeah.
What is it that you notice when you watch the tape about what you're saying?
It kind of just hits home. What Broady's been through.
Well, take me back to your relationship with Sean.
We met when we was 17, 18.
Yes.
Moved in together about 3 months after.
Right.
I fell pregnant about 9 months after being with Sean.
Yeah.
We were together on and off for a good few years. It was quite volatile on both sides.
Not a lot of stability in the relationship.
Yeah.
Dysfunctional, but also a lot of unstableness for Broady as well.
Yeah, very much so.
And how did Broady deal with all of this?
When Sean passed away, Broady was in denial, where it hit me, my world just...
Were you in that place again of arguing that, just not really happening?
No, it was nothing. It was totally different. That's why it's so heartbreaking, because it was the best it had been. It was, we were a lot older then.
You know what? Can I just say something to you? You know why we're doing this?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not doing this.
Okay. There's a reason why you rang. It's because you want the help. OK? The reality is, I'm going to ask you questions because I need to ask you questions, because that's no different to any therapist, counsellor. They'll ask you questions. Tell me your story. Let me tell you something. If you didn't know that I couldn't help you, you won't call. You won't call. So give me a chance. Give me a chance to do my job, girl. That's all I want to do. That's all I want to do is do my job. Give me a chance to do it. You know, we help you, we help millions of other people as well. OK, let me do my job and ask what I need to ask. But you know what? Tell me a story. Give me a hand then. Give me some unison, girl. Give me some unison. Come on. Just come with me. Don't ask a question. Let's start again, right? OK. All right. It was difficult. You went off stage. We had a chat. You've agreed to come back in. It's good because it's about just doing this. So you heard the news. You then told Broady?
No, Sean's mum did.
Sean's mum, OK. All right. And was that done the same day or a couple of days after, or what was...?
Within half an hour.
Right, OK. So bring me up to speed now, because you obviously were friends, you know. Sean's friends with Dean, you're friends with Dean, you're mates, right? You're all friends. You're in a relationship with Dean, correct?
Yeah.
So how did that blossom?
I don't know, so I guess, obviously, when Sean passed, you know, he'd just call up to the house to check me and the kids were doing OK, really. I went back to uni. He didn't live that far from the uni, so we just used to see each other in town, just general chit-chat. And then we just naturally fell into a relationship, I think, because he was so much like Sean as well. He's a bit of a Jack the Lad, both Sean and Dean, and I don't know, I was like drawn to him. Were you drawn to him because he was Sean's best mate, or did he have mannerisms the same? Yeah, very much so, yeah.
Same mannerisms, same...
Same dress sense, everything. Right. And obviously when Sean passed away, it was nice to kind of have somebody around that reminded me of Sean, I guess.
So morally then, for Broady, it was tough, because he felt morally what was happening was not right.
Yeah.
Did he ever say anything like, you know, you're taking my dad's place, or how could you do that, or, you know, you're my dad's best mate, and, you know, was there any kind of anger when he was talking to him?
No, he's never said anything like that, what you've just said. Yeah. But, yeah, Brody's lashed out, and he would at times go out of his way to wind Dean up, and he's a merchant that he knows how to just... So he'd do things to wind him up? Yeah. OK, let's go to the tape. They both dress exactly the same way. The quirky little things that they say, it's just... I think probably that's why it attracted me to Dean, really, is because he's so much like Sean.
Broady said to me that every time he sees me, you know, he wanted it to be his dad, really. So he started to resent me a little bit. I was crying, actually. I was heartbroken. You know, we had a proper heart-to-heart, and I was absolutely heartbroken that a child had said that to me. I could see his like anger towards me then, but then it got worse and worse and worse and worse. It just got too much. I just wouldn't dare speak to my parents how Broady speaks to his.
No, Alex! Bloody coming in!
No, this is the fourth time now. Get in! Get in, Broady, or stop. Broady!
I can tell Broady to do something 10 times and he'll just totally ignore me.
Is that
Broady that I've asked to go to bed 16 times?
Why?
I like dress like his dad, I act like his dad. He just wants me to be his dad, he wants his dad to be here and not me, obviously.
Blimey, he does look like him. So, where's Dean right now? Explain why Dean's not here.
Dean was in court a couple of weeks ago for a driving offence. He breached his order, so he's had to do 6 months in prison. Right.
So he's doing 6 months right now. Have you had communication with him while he's
every day
serving?
he phones me, yeah.
Right, OK. Where has that led you in your relationship with Broady at the moment?
He's in my bed every night. Yeah. Obviously, we had to tell Broady what was going on, so straight away Brody's like, right, sleeping in your bed tonight, Mum, for the next 3 months.
So You've had other family members around you, correct?
Yeah.
And who have they been?
Dean's mum, his
Dean's mum.
sister, my parents.
OK. So I'd like to meet Dean's mum. I believe she's here today, is that right?
She is, yeah.
OK, let's go to the tape.
Well, me and Sharon have had like the arguments because it's still Brody's dad at the end of the day, isn't it? And it's hard for me because obviously I'm in a relationship with Sharon now, and when you're seeing pictures of Sharon and Sean, he's Brody's dad, but it's still hard when you love someone as well, isn't it? And I certainly don't want him to be forgot about. Do you know what I mean? But I don't want it pushed in my face either.
I've still got pictures in the house now, yeah, I agree. That would be odd if that person was still out there.
Right.
God passed away while we were in love. Do you, can you not comprehend that?
What the hell are you doing with me?
It did upset me that there were like no photos of me and like photos of him everywhere.
My name is Christine and I am Dean's mum. Dean knew Sean well. Sean obviously were a great loss to Sharon, and I think it's been very difficult for her to put that behind her. Her and Dean starting to be a couple, and photos were about of Sean, but obviously that would upset Dean. Dean's often said that he'd be better off not being there.
Do you know what it is, love, really? You haven't got over with Sean, and you should have never got over with me until you get over him. And the day that you get over him, then come back and see me, love. But until that day comes, I don't want to see pictures of you and Sean together in front of me when I'm in love with you. And if you can't deal with that...
I was in love with Sean when he passed away, and it was quite hard for Dean to accept that I lost somebody when I loved them. Brody's not obviously dealt well with Sean's death. We need to just get the bond for Broady and Dean.
Welcome. Nice to see you.
Yeah,
You think your son's got a point
I do.
with what he's saying there in talking about, you know, still in love with Sean and, you know, you need to think about what you want?
Yeah, I do. Well, Sharon knows. I'd already said that I thought the photos should be in Brody's bedroom and not out for Dean to look at.
So let's talk about Broady, because how is this affecting Broady? What is he doing with respect to his grief? Has he been counselling? Is he showing progress? How is he coping?
Yeah, he was referred for counselling. Due to funding, it could only be offered 6 sessions. In hindsight, it could have been more sessions, obviously. I think it did kind of touch the surface a little bit and help him, but he lashes out, does Broady. He lashes out at people around him physically, but when he gets in that state of mind, it's hard to know how to control him. I find it difficult to like set boundaries, and when he's mad, he's mad. So
how do you raise him anyway? Like, do you have boundaries in place? Do you spend time with him? Are you understanding of knowing how to help and support him through his grief right now?
I feel that Broady can talk to me about absolutely anything, but when it comes down to his dad, he doesn't mention him, because I think that's Broady not wanting to hurt me. So I'll know that there's something wrong, but trying to get it out of him and say, do you know what I mean? I know if it is your dad, then it's all right, but he puts on this big front and, you know, to protect me, I think, so.
And what's your relationship with Broady like at the moment?
Not as good as it should be.
What do you think that's down to?
Broady not having no respect for me. You know, I'm often told that I'm too soft on him, but...
How bad is the behaviour?
Oh, outside bad. Bad. And she
Give me an
puts,
example.
She puts up with it. I mean, it's rude, isn't it, Sharon?
It can be, yeah.
And, I mean, sometimes, it's not always like that. Sometimes it can be really nice.
He switches it on and off. He knows when, like, probably today's he'll be as good as gold, or if you...
Well, I had the chance to meet Broady before the show, so take a look at the videotape. How you doing, Broady?
Good.
Good to see you. What have you been up to?
I'm just playing out.
Yeah? So who do you live with at home?
My mum, stepdad and my brother.
So is your stepdad living with you?
Yeah.
Yeah. How long has he been living with you for?
At least a year.
At least a year. I was told by your mum that your father passed away, is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry to hear that. You still miss him much?
Yeah.
Yeah. You think about him every day?
Yeah.
You talk to your dad?
Sometimes.
Yeah. Well, how is it different?
Because it's like he wears and does a lot of the same stuff as my dad. And like, it's hard to cope.
Does it remind you
Yeah.
of your dad? What do you get angry about, do you know?
Just like why he took drugs and died.
Do you think she understands how difficult it is for you? Do you think she truly understands that? No. It was hard for me to walk out that room. You know, I have to say, I was very upset. I had to take 10 minutes myself. You know, and walked out and gave me a big hug. I walked back out. It was amazing. It was amazing how he'd only just met me, and yet he was so open with his feelings about how we felt about his dad. But as grown women here, I think we've really got to take into account what he's truly feeling and what's going on with him right now. And the man who's not here right now, I think also had a point in respects that at the time, it all seems rather muddled and confusing and a lot of mixed emotions, you know, with respects to how you feel, what you're going through, what Broady's going through. There's not been enough time for him to adjust, is there? There's not been enough time for him to receive from you the nurturing that he's needed as a little boy who's lost his father. Do you know what I mean? You know? Let's go to the tape, please.
It's hard to know what not to do with him, what to do with him, how to like discipline him, what to do. It's just, I don't want him going down that path, but I think if he doesn't get the right help, then he could quite seriously go down that path.
As a family, it just never seems to be right between me and Broady, but when I'm on my own with him, he's a completely different person. I think he needs that little bit of love and, do you know what I mean? Maybe a more one-to-one time with me and Broady, definitely. Yeah, he's kind of hinted that yeah, you can't tell me you're not to do with me kind of thing. But if I'm part of this family, then I am somewhat to do with him.
Dean does find it quite hard when Broady misbehaves around him. He does want to build a bond with him. I'd really like for Broady and Dean's relationship to grow. Dean doesn't want to take over a fatherly role because he could never ever replace Sharon, and we all know that. But at the same time, you know, we are a family unit now, me and Dean are together, so he does want to build a bond with Broady, get things back on track.
Life would be better if we just always stopped arguing and just always nice and stopped winding each other up.
So how do you make that happen if you're running around trying to please Dean and you're not being mindful of what's happening with Broady right now as a mother?
I don't know. I think Brody's... I feel at a loss of how to help him.
If you haven't given yourself time to connect with Broady, then it's going to create the animosity, because the period of time from when you went into a relationship with Dean till when you lost Sean was very minimal, wasn't it? You know, what was it, 6 months, something like that? It was very minimal. That kind of time is very short, you know? So you can't, you know, you can't expect, you know, would we ever expect a young child to even feel that he could even understand how he would regulate all these mixed emotions? You know, so everything that he's feeling that he can't explain, that he doesn't know how to regulate or process is coming out in the secondary behaviour that we're seeing now. So he's using the anger and the breaking things as a means of frustration. You know, he's using that as the outlet for how he's feeling, which is one of the steps of grieving. But if you as a grown woman are making a choice to be with Dean, then that decision and how you manoeuvre around meeting Broady's needs for his grief is going to be of utmost importance that you receive that support from Dean and that Dean understands that, you know, because at the end of the day, there's a young little boy that Dean wants to be able to connect with and have a relationship with, that you want to be able to nurture, okay, and have a relationship with because he's your son, okay, and you want to have closeness with him, but at the same time being mindful that he's not wrong to feel the way he feels right now. It's not wrong for him to feel pushed out. It's not wrong for him to feel that...
I didn't know it felt like that.
That you have that time. You know, I spoke to Broady about different ways he could deal with his anger. You know, he was very proud to show me his, you know, press-ups, his chin-ups, and just jumping jacks and, you know, look, there he was, like, he wanted to show, look. He's like, I can do him. Doing his exercises, all right? And doing physical things. And I said to him, look, you know, when you are feeling that way, it's very natural that you're feeling emotional, you know, that you're feeling angry, that you're having those feelings, but you've got to have a positive outlet of where you use that energy. You know, picking up things and throwing things, you know, and behaving the way that you are is using that energy in a destructive way. And I think you need to understand that, you know, the back chat and the disrespect is coming from a place of him really trying to understand emotionally how he's feeling because he's grieving right now. He's in a lot of pain.
I've done that to him.
He's in a lot of pain. Here's my opinion, for what it's worth. I don't think there is anything wrong in having a few photographs of his father in the house. As a grown man who had a relationship with Sean, okay, as a close friend, a best friend, okay, I would hope to think that Dean would have a maturity and understanding that there's a little boy right now that needs to know that there is a celebration and an honour of the man that his father was, okay, his father, regardless of how he passed away. That's his dad. Yeah. That's his dad. And what I would like to do is I'd like to carry on his counselling. So I'd like to be able to offer you aftercare for him to be able to carry on and have that grief counselling, which I think will be incredibly important. Christine, thoughts? Any thoughts?
I think you're right. I think, well, I know that Sharon didn't have enough time to grieve, or Broady. Relationship happened too quickly. And to be honest with you, so does Dean. Hence, it's removed itself for a while from the relationship.
Thank you for saying that, because as a mother who, you know, you love your son, you know, I think it's important for, you know, for Sharon to hear that, you know, from a woman of experience, you know, a woman, you know, who's had life experience, you know, I think it's important, you know. If I offered you grief counselling to go, to just understand and process and have somebody there for you, would you accept that? Because I believe as a woman who has lost a partner and has a child from that man, I believe that that's necessary. I really do believe you need that. I really do believe it would do you the absolute world of good. Would you take that? Okay, good. Okay. What that's going to do is to help you start the process of you understanding, of you feeling, you know, of you being able to just grasp some sense of your own self right now with what you're going through. You know, your son's going to do that. And I feel at the end of the day, what I'd like to see is the relationship with you and Broady become stronger in the fact that he does feel that he can talk about his father, that you are able to flick through photo albums and, you know, get out pictures and talk about some of the things you did. Like, he needs that. He so needs that, you know? It's not bad talking to me, is it really? It's not really that bad. Can me hug you? It's not that bad. Welcome back. My next guest, Tracy, describes herself as a failure, a bad mum, and says she feels constantly guilty that she has let her 2 children down. She contacted me because she is desperate for help. Take a look at this.
I'm Tracy. I live here with my partner Richard, my granddad who's 90, and Isaac who's 6, and Eliza who's 2. I need Joe's help because my daughter Eliza is out of control. She's the boss of the house.
Eliza, I need to get your head.
It's affecting my son, and he needs quiet time and he needs to be doing his schoolwork, and we're just not getting the opportunity to support him in any way. I have ME and fibromyalgia. I'm tired a lot of the time. I'm in a lot of pain. I also have the responsibility of my granddad who's got dementia. Isaac is registered as a young carer. He does offer a lot of support around the house. I'm exhausted, but it's very hard for other people just to step into my life and take over because the cavalry isn't coming and nobody can come. This isn't my life, I'm the mum. It is for me to do something about it. It's not for somebody else to come and step in because I haven't got the energy. And this is where I feel I fail my children.
Who's another one?
And they suffer.
Hello. Welcome. Welcome. Oh my God, we've passed the tissues out. I know, it's upsetting. It's upsetting to, you know, to hear yourself talk about your situation. But I'd love you to be able to just talk me through that, just to kind of understand, you know, really your medical condition. You have
ME and fibromyalgia.
ME and fibromyalgia. And can you explain that in detail with the impact of that on your own body?
For me, I'm a lot better than what I was, but originally I was asleep for 3 or 4 days, couldn't wake up. Now it affects me that I'm in pain. I feel like I'm coming down with the flu all the time.
Right. And what about Grandad?
Oh, my granddad, I love him. Yeah, he's 90.
Wow.
He's got dementia, Alzheimer's. He's blind. He's got peripheral sight in his left eye.
Right, yeah.
He's a lovely gentleman. I love him to pieces. My children love him, but it can be a burden, you know, not in a nasty way, but just in a needy way.
Yeah.
I feel guilty with my children because, like, it's been nice weather recently. I picked up Isaac up from school.
Yes.
His friends were going to the park, and he was like, Mum, can we go to the park? Can we go to the park? And I was like, I've got to get back for Grandad.
Is he a young carer?
He is a young carer. He goes to a club that's for young carers to help get him out. You know, there's times I can't take him because I've got Eliza running here and Grandad in a wheelchair, or if I leave Grandad, he'll wander off. He'll suddenly think, oh, where's Tracy? And he'll, you know,
so
I've
it's
lost
the
him.
support. That's the support of the Young Carers Association, and they come together and take him out.
Yeah, and he goes to cinema. Things I can't do with him.
Right. And your partner?
Yeah.
Tell me about that situation. Because he's working, isn't he?
He's an amazing man. Yes. He works away a lot.
Yeah.
He's very supportive. He's great with Grandad. He's great with the kids. You know, I just feel I'm really lucky to have him. Yeah. I'm really lucky.
Let's take a look at the tape then.
He's worked away. He's worked away for 27 weeks, and a couple of months before that as well, he worked away.
My job commitment's to take me away. I could be away a lot of that year. When I am away a lot, it really does worry me, you know, that I can't be at home and supportive. Eliza, she's very demanding and she's playing up a lot. I'd say Isaac supports although he's only 6, his calmness brings that balance into the house when I'm not here. Tracy's one of these people, when she's well, she can't sit still. To the point of when I come in from work and the kids are off to bed and want to relax, she will not stop. I have to literally say to her, stop.
Come on, quickly. Eliza, come on, you need to come and get ready.
So for her to ask anyone for help, let alone be a 6-year-old son, is probably deep down inside her, hurting her very much, you know.
Do that trap.
Yeah, okay. We'll go to that track. If I had a choice, I'd retire tomorrow so that I could be here. I don't have that choice.
Hello.
Hiya.
Welcome.
Pleased to meet you.
Welcome. So you weigh a lot.
Very much so, yeah.
With
very
work?
lot. Yes, it takes me away a lot.
And how does that play on your emotions, being away, knowing everything that's got to go on at home?
It's very concerning for me.
What's your worst fear? So it's concerning, you know, what's that worst case scenario that runs through your head all the time?
If Tracy went into a bad episode of ME, she's out cold. I've seen her out cold. Yeah. And with the 2 youngsters at home and Grandad, it's, you know, they're home alone then.
Yeah. Now, you've got 2 kids from a previous relationship, correct?
Yes. 3.
3, okay.
Yes.
Do you want to name them and age them and everything else?
The oldest one, she's 22.
Okay.
Becky, she's 20.
Becky's 20.
Becky, 20, and Sophie is 13.
And Sophie, 13.
Yes.
OK, I'd like to watch some tape.
Yeah. I've got 3 other daughters. Maybe I don't see them as much as I'd like to. With my work commitments, I struggle to juggle quality time with my family and, you know, and all my children. As a family in general, we do try to get out and do as much as we can, but we don't always get to do that as much as we like to. 1 from my job commitment and 2 from Grandad being here, so.
My dad does work. He does work hard and he does work quite a lot, but again, I feel like that family time is important. Like, Sophie's missing out a lot. I think everyone needs to realise that.
It's hard with the way that Eliza plays up, especially, and if Tracy's not well, to be able to give Sophie that one-on-one.
I was thinking Eliza, they do get a lot of attention, but they're young, so they will. But Sophie, on the other hand, probably feels like she's getting pushed out a little bit, where she's not getting attention, and she needs some attention too.
Sometimes when I'm meant to be going up there, he's still working, so I don't go up. It doesn't feel great. I miss him all the time. Just when I get to see him, I still miss him because it's not like he's there, because he's always doing something.
Sophie's probably the one that's probably struggled the most of not having my attention.
I don't remember the last time I spent one-on-one time with my dad.
Sophie actually gets more one-to-one with Richard than anybody else. And I don't think she's ever told that. Maybe we need to be telling her that.
Welcome. Talking about your sister here, you know, and her time with her dad. You know, what's she feeling?
I think she just thinks she wants more time.
What do you mean?
More as a family.
Everybody wants more time.
Like,
But what do you think she's really trying to say? Because she does have time, right? She does see her dad.
Yeah, she does. Yeah, she does have time. She does go to dad's and stuff like that. But I think more when she does go up, like to go out with everyone, I suppose.
She needs more quality time.
Yeah, quality
I think
time.
You've hit the nail right on the head. I think it's quality. You know, not just sort of. Oh, it's been 3 hours today. You know, but more a case of
or it's
quality.
a case. Yeah, it's a case of, you know, we don't go out and we don't do nothing. We just stay indoors, or we don't actually go out and do nothing. You know, we're just sort of. Yeah. And any 13-year-old girl's gonna get bored, I suppose. Sometimes dads just don't see that. You know, to be honest.
Well, I had a great opportunity today, obviously, to speak to Sophie and Isaac. So watch the tape.
Hello.
Hi, nice to meet you, Sophie.
Hello.
Hi, Joe. Hi, Isaac. Hello, darling. Nice to meet you. So I hear that you're a young carer. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell me about that. What do you do as a young carer?
We normally go out, like, to the cinema.
Yeah.
Or the park, or the beach, or something like that.
Wow, and is there a group of you?
Yeah.
Wow. Do you have a fun day out? Yeah. And you're a young carer because you do something very special, don't you?
I look after my granddad and my mum.
You do. That's right, you do. What kind of things do you do for them to help them?
I help my granddad walk up the stairs because he can't see.
So you help him, you assist him, you help him?
I help my mum when she's got a pain.
Right.
I know who looks after me.
Who looks after you?
My Ted.
Your Teddy looks after you.
And because he catches all my dreams when I have a bad dream.
Is this your Teddy?
Yeah.
What's your Teddy called?
Ted.
Ted. Cumber Sands, Ted. Do you see Dad much, Sophie?
No, I only like go up there like every other weekend, but
Every other weekend?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that because that's all that can be done right now?
Yeah, like I have a weekend with Mum, weekend with Dad, and sometimes like I don't really want to go up there because then I'll get bored or I want to be with my friends. And...
Why wouldn't you just be okay with being in his company right now and just hanging out with your dad?
Because there's nothing that we're actually doing. We're just sitting around and we're just watching the telly and don't really talk.
Oh, right, okay. So he's not good at making those conversations?
No.
In an ideal world, what would you like to see with your dad? Because I know, like, you want to spend more time with him, right?
Yeah, like maybe go out to places and like him actually taking me out.
Do you think you could help your dad, like, come up with some ideas if he was a bit short on what he thought he could do with you?
Yeah.
Because then it would help him to at least know, you know, what you might be interested in doing together. That would be a start, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe perhaps you could write that out for me today.
Yeah.
You know, then at least once I've spoke to the family, that's something you'd have in your back pocket to be able to give to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, can you do that while I'm talking today to your family?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to go and talk to family. Catch up with you later. Nice meeting you. Oh, she has wrote out that list.
Yeah, that's what she was doing. She said, I've got to write a list with... I've got to
she has wrote that list. Do you get more of an insight now with what she's saying?
I think I've always had that insight there. I've never done anything about it, you know. It's... I want to give everyone that quality time.
Even last night, I'm going to...
Yeah, go on. Yeah.
We had Becky, we haven't seen Becky for ages. You went in that hotel room and you put the telly on, and I was angry. I thought we could have all sat in a room, we could have had time.
Did you tell him?
No. Why? Because I'm always the baddie. I'm always nagging him, I'm always getting on his case.
Not nagging though, is it?
And she's right, but you know what I mean? I'll listen to that, and you know, this is one thing she's got, and she's not always the baddie. She keeps thinking she is. She's not.
So, you just said you're not the baddie. Fire!
Yeah.
Fire away! You're not the baddie. I'm standing right back here. Off you go.
I just feel like I'm always giving out advice, like, you should be doing this, you should be doing that. And it does go on deaf ears, and I always say to you, just take Sophie to the shop with you. You know?
Becky, you want to be more involved with the family?
Yeah, definitely.
You know,
more
and
family
come
time.
down and
Like,
spend time.
It's more, I think, on a Sunday because that's when everyone's off work, I suppose. Because I work Saturdays as well, which is...
Yeah.
But, yeah, Sundays, I think it's something we need to plan. So
now, you've offered to have the kids, though, haven't you?
Yeah, I've offered to have the kids.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Hello.
If Becky doesn't come to us, she doesn't
You
really...
just said, no, listen to what's just been said. She'd love to be able to do that. I mean, to come over and just hang out with the kids.
Come to our house.
I'll drive
Why
now,
not?
don't I? So I can drive up.
Why not? Your relationship is with Becky. Look at her laugh. She wants that. Part of being with a family.
I don't feel that she's wanted that, though. I don't feel she's wanted to come down and visit.
Be honest, this is brilliant because this is really bringing us all together a bit here. You know, this is sort of...
Blimey, we've never sat down and talked, have we?
I think as a family...
Communication is rubbish in our
as a
family.
family...
I feel like it's a little bit hard for you, though, just to let go a bit. You know, why wouldn't you?
I do. I don't know, maybe I have to explore that a bit more. Maybe I am finding it difficult. I know that Eliza's such a handful, and
I don't want to put on them. I want to be a part of it all. You know, I don't want to just go, I have the kids, I'm going out.
No, but you have to accept that you can't always.
No, I can't.
And that's where you need to be at peace. So the times that you can't, and the help is there for the kids to go off on the swings and the slides and kick a football. Can you say yes, please? Thank you. Yes, I would like that. Is that too hard to say?
No, it's not.
Then let her hear it.
Yes, please. I'd love that.
Good thing. It's a really good thing. Let's take a look at some more tape.
I feel like I am a bad parent. I feel I've got the abilities of being a good parent. I want to be a good parent.
My fear for Tracy is that she's going to burn her candle out.
I think about what my children's future, what damage I'm going to do to them today that might affect them tomorrow.
If there's one thing I'd want for this family, that's all of us, me, Tracy and 5 kids, is just harmony.
I think that family time is really important and that we all need to kind of come together and realise that we need to make more of an effort, myself as well. But it's just time, that you've got to make time for your family. Family is important, so yeah.
I feel like I'm failing and I don't feel that I'm in control of my failure.
I worry that, you know, that if Eliza's like this now, what is she going to be like when she's 12, 13, if we don't get a grip, don't get help now?
I do worry about how things are going to be for me as a parent. I don't know what I've done.
You didn't do anything. You didn't do anything, you know, and you're not a bad parent, as you keep calling yourself. You know, you're a parent who's challenged every day with your medical conditions, and you cross those hurdles every day, and some days you have up days and some days you have down days. And what I would like to see is you to become more calmer in your tone so that she understands that's you telling her, giving her a warning. At the same time, I know you understand the importance of being able to use this conversational voice that we've been talking to, which is very soft, you know, very passive-aggressive, very soft in your tone, and then when you lose it, it's very aggressive. So it's either really nice and fluffy, because your voice is very light in conversation, or it's really aggressive and heavy. What you want to do is do more voice control where it's firm and steady, and then just higher the pitch when you're happy with what she's doing. And she'll be able to distinguish the difference with you because of that voice control. And that will really help you on days, as I said, not just when you can move, but when you feel sore and you can't. You have a medical condition. It's about recognising how you work alongside it and make the most of every day so that you have quality of life. Quality of life. Don't let it be the barrier towards everything else in the family.
I think you've got to realise how much you've worked towards this as well, you know. With your illness, how much in the early days when you was out cold, and we sat down and we worked out managing it, you know. What Joe probably doesn't realise, 12 months ago, she was 20 stone.
21.
21 stone, 12 months ago. And the loss of the weight and everything is working all towards managing this a lot better.
Little steps I'm taking. I'm thinking, I'll do this.
That's exactly what it is. It's baby steps.
And that's
it's all baby steps.
This is what she's doing, and this is what I wanted to, you know, push across to you. You're doing brilliantly. You're doing fantastic. You know what I mean? You've got to believe it. You've got to believe in yourself,
Well,
Trace.
you've seen it, right? I'm hoping now we have a family plan, right?
Yeah,
because you've got Sophie with activities and things that she wants to do with you. We've got to carve in dates to make that happen. You know,
Yeah.
We've got Bex coming over, wanting to take the kids out and spend time with yourself. You know, you getting the kids trained up, doing what they need to do, the younger ones, and understanding that things are good. Things are good.
Yeah.
Things are good, baby steps. We're going home with a game plan.
I think so, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Good, thank you.